everybody, I'm Father Callahan from the St. Matthew's Parish, and I'm here to discuss the religious life to you. We got young Kevin Lenahan here to ask me a couple questions, so enjoy.
Hi, Father Callahan. I'd like to know, what rewards and challenges do you think are involved in being a permanent deacon or being married to a permanent deacon?
Well, being a priest, I have quite a few experiences with deacons, and it seems the thing that's hardest is balancing their personal life and their religious life. So you see, like, some deacons become a deacon because they also want to have a family, but they want to indulge in their religious life. So I feel like being a dad, a father, and a husband is tough to balance with being a man of God. So I would say that is the biggest challenge. But then on the rewards end, you get to be closer to God. You know, you get to be a man of faith and teach other people how to live a life of God.
Do you know anyone who would make a good permanent deacon? What are they like?
You know, a couple of people come to mind, but one that really stands out in my mind is a friend of mine, Ryan Hannon. You know, he participates in community service. You know, he goes to mass every Sunday. The communion is one of the most important things in his life. He did the blood drive this past week at Father Judge. You know, he embodies all the values of a deacon. You know, like he's a great guy, and I think he would make an amazing deacon.
What are some of the things the priests in your parish do?
Well, this is a question that I get asked almost daily, because people have pretty wild misconceptions about what a priest actually is. You know, like most people picture the priest, he's a man of God. You know, he sits in the chapel all day and prays. You know, that's all he does. But I mean, we say mass, we hear confessions. You know, we give the Eucharist. But there's much more to being a priest like that. Like, you can live a wholesome life while being a priest. Like, just the other day, me and my friends went to see Shutter Island, great movie. And I go to ball games. You know, I go out to dinner. You know, we're a pretty tight-knit group over there at the rectory. So I would say living as a priest is a lot like living as you live.
What advice would you give to other priests about the best way to reach out to their families in the parish?
It's a very easy question, Kevin. You see, to reach out to families, you just have to be a good man. You see, like you say the Mass, you do the homily, and that if you give good homilies, if you make the Mass exciting for the family, they'll come back and they'll hear what God has to say to them. So I feel like simply just being a good person can help you reach out to families.
I just have one final question for you. What kinds of advice would you give to a friend who feels called to the priesthood?
You know, I would just say, follow your call. Listen to what God has to say to you. You know, because if you don't, I mean, your life isn't going to be horrible, but you're not going to fulfill what God has planned for you. So I feel that if you're being called to a priest, you should be a priest.